All right, so today is the 29th of July 2025. We're having a pre-New York session analysis. It's just 2:42 p.m. right here in Lagos, Nigeria. Good afternoon, Madam Onaji, Tony Ziti, and Mr. Mukhtar Garba. So the next fundamental event this afternoon will come up by 3 p.m., and that is the JOLT job opening and the CB consumer confidence, both of them from the United States. It's roughly some 2.5 hours plus away from now. So what is this news all about? The JOLT job opening measures the number of job openings during the reported month, excluding the farming industry. So what this news is actually talking about is the number of vacancy positions that has been advertised, maybe on social media or otherwise in the United States. So actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. And the second one is the CB consumer confidence, and it measures the level of a composite index based on surveyed households, and actual greater than forecast is also good for the currency. So this is our expectation when this data will be released by 3 p.m. If the data comes out good for the dollar, that is, if it is actual greater than forecast, the data will be in color green, and that will mean that the dollar will be expected to go in the bullish direction, that is, giving us buying opportunities. And if on the other hand, the data comes out bad for the dollar, color will be in color red, the data will be in color red, and that will mean that we're expecting a bearish movement on the dollar. So green means we're buying, red means we're selling. Now, these two events are not that related. So there's also a possibility that maybe it's good for one and it's bad for the other. So it's possible you may have a green on one event and have a red on the other event. Now, if this happens, it will be advisable to just stay out completely, because this could lead to spikes in the market. Spikes means when the market doesn't have direction, it's just having erratic, sharp movement, just go sharply, come down, range, come down, not something stable. So it's advisable to stay out if that happens. The fourth scenario, or is it the third scenario now, could be maybe one of them is green and the other one black, or one is red and the other one is black. Now, black means that actual is equal to forecast. If the actual is greater than the forecast, is color green. Actual less than forecast is color red. Actual equal to forecast is color black. So if one is red, the other one is black, it will still sell, but then the volatility will be reduced. And the same thing happens if you have a green and a black. The market will still buy, but it won't be so volatile. So these are the scenarios that is possible. A green where we're buying, a red where we're selling, a green and red, which will lead to a spike, which you should stay out completely. We could have a green red or a red green, which will reduce. The market will still go in the direction of the color, but it will go with a reduced volatility. So I want us to take note of that as the time approaches for this news event. But then, aside what we're seeing on the Forex Factory, we'll also go on the chart to see what the market is saying technically ahead of this event. Now, I'll be looking at the dollar index. Now, the dollar index is having a bullish sentiment, and it comes down from the monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, price has been trending higher. We've been having a higher trending market on the monthly time frame. Price has been making a series of higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and here we have a recent higher low in this month, which means we're looking for a bullish movement on the dollar. And another confirmation of a bullish outlook is when we take it down to the daily time frame. And on the daily time frame, we can see the formation of an inverse head and shoulder pattern, which is expected to lead to a further bullish breakout. Currently, price has broken the neckline of that inverse head and shoulder. So if the data this afternoon comes out good for the dollar, that will be in line with what we are seeing technically, and that means we are going to buy the dollar. So technically, we are bullish on the dollar, except the fundamental sales wise, we are bullish technically, and we're looking out for a data where the actual is greater than the forecast for us to buy the United States dollar. Now, if the dollar is bullish, conversely, some other major currency pairs where the dollar is a quote currency might be going bearish. And so I'll be looking at the GBP USD for this particular scenario. Now, if you joined my weekly outlook yesterday, I said that I'm having a bearish outlook on the GBP USD. And that is the reason because there is a potential head and shoulder pattern forming. As of yesterday morning, price was just somewhere around here. Now, price has clearly broken out below the neckline. Yeah, this candle closed, yesterday candle rather closed below the neckline of this pattern yesterday. I said that I have a bearish outlook on the GBP USD for this week. And it's because also from the monthly time frame, price has been trending downwards, with a confluence where we have a resistance. So we have a descending trend line with a resistance line, both of them forming a confluence at this point. And that means technically we are looking for an opportunity to sell the GBP USD. Now that's on the monthly time frame. We take it down to the daily time frame. We can see that we have the head and shoulder pattern, and price has clearly broken out below the neckline. So if the data again comes out before the dollar, we might be looking at selling the GBP USD. So if the data comes out before the dollar, we're either buying the USD CHF or we're selling the GBP USD. So that's my view on the dollar this afternoon, especially in regards to the news we are expecting. Another instrument that will move either based on the news or the technicals is gold. I gave my outlook on gold last week. I said I was bearish, and we saw a massive bearish movement on gold. Now, currently, gold is trading around this pattern here. On the daily time frame, you can see that price has been making a series of higher lows, and here another higher low on a support zone. That technically means we're looking at buying buying gold. If we zoom down to the 1 hour time frame, this is what we have. Now, in our analysis yesterday, we actually expected gold to form an inverse head and shoulder and break out from here, but that didn't happen. We don't own the market. We only analyze based on experience. But since it didn't break out, actually, there was no loss on that analysis. Instead of breaking out upwards, it rather trended downwards, ranged, and now it's ready for another major move upwards. But then early this morning, price hit this support on resistance zone. And with that, we are still having the formation that looks a lot like a reversal pattern. It's not too sharp at the moment, but from experience, I know what I'm seeing. It will reverse, then break out upwards. So I hold a bullish outlook on gold. But then I'll be waiting for price to clearly break out above this neckline region, this line here. If a new candle opens above that level, it's only on that condition you are safe to buy gold. Otherwise, just leave gold as it is and keep watching. But then we're expecting price to break out in the bullish direction on gold. One of my analysis yesterday also was on Euro New Zealand, where I said I saw the formation of a head and shoulder pattern. Price has broken, out below the trend line, but then price is still trading around a key support level. Now, this is a swing setup strictly for our swing traders. If a new candle is able to break out below this support level, then we'll see further bearish movement on the Euro New Zealand. So we're bearish on the Euro New Zealand. But like I said, it's for swing traders. So if you're a swing trader, put a lot of attention on this particular instrument. Now, while Euro New Zealand is trying to sell on the 4 hour, on the opposite side, we have Euro AUD getting ready for a bullish movement. Now, this is Euro AUD on the 4 hour time frame. We can see that price has been trading around this support zone. In fact, the last candle here was a rejection candle, which is signifying a possible rather bullish reversal. But then if you take it down to the 1 hour time frame, we can clearly see the formation of what looks a lot like an inverse head and shoulder pattern forming. The second shoulder is forming, and price might break out into the bullish direction. So we'll put our neckline region just exactly here. So in the course of today, if price completes this second shoulder and breaks out above this neckline region, you can safely trigger a buy and target the next resistance zone, which is the zone up here. And currently, that is about 100 pips away. So if all things go as planned and price reverses and breaks above that neckline region, like I said, you can trigger a buy on Euro AUD. So we're bullish on Euro AUD on 1 hour time frame. All right, that'll be all from my end this afternoon. Now I'll do a little update on the instruments we analyzed yesterday that has worked in line with analysis. And after that, I will attend to questions or requests that I'm seeing in the group. Now, yesterday we analyzed the Euro JPY Euro card. We analyzed the Euro JPY and the Euro card. Now, please mute your device as you're joining this class. If you joined our analysis yesterday morning, I said that I was expecting Euro JPY to break out into a sell, and that has happened. This is Euro JPY. In fact, I posted an update on the group yesterday. Between yesterday and today, Euro JPY has dropped to the tune of 186 pips. Let's just say 185 pips. If you followed this analysis yesterday, you should have made money between yesterday and this morning. 185 pips on 0.1 lot is $185. If you look at $185 with our exchange rates, I'm not sure of the exchange rate today, but I think as of yesterday, it was 1,510 on our platform times $185. That will have made you, I don't know if you can see this, that will have made you about 279,000 naira between yesterday and today, depending actually on your account size that you're trading on. But whichever account size, even if it's on 0.01, that will have been $18. That will have been some 20-something thousand, naira, which is not bad, for a day trade. Now, Euro JPY from analysis, let's go down to 15 minutes time frame. Might be getting ready for a reversal back to the bullish direction because price hits support on 1 hour and is forming an inverse head and shoulder on 15 minutes time frame, which might trigger a bullish direction again. So before the end of today or towards the end of today, like around 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., if price reverses and breaks out above this neckline region, then you can trigger a buy safely on Euro JPY. The other one I'll show us as we round up is the Euro card, where I was bullish on that one also. And I've posted an update on our groups. I said yesterday that Euro card was going to sell, and you can see the massive bearish breakout that happened. The market sold to the tune of the same 186 pips like we had on the Euro JPY. Very massive pips. And just like the Euro JPY, the Euro card also is trying to have a reversal. Let's take it down to the 15 minutes time frame, and we'll see it's trying to form an inverse head and shoulder, which will lead to a breakout in the bullish direction. All right, that'll be all from analysis this afternoon. We're bullish on the Euro JPY. We're bullish on the Euro card. Both of them on 15 minutes time frame. We're bullish on gold on 1 hour. GBP/USD will be traded based on the news. We're not really looking at the time frame. If the news comes out good for the dollar, we'll sell GBP/USD. All right, so that's all from my end. Let me look at the request here. Michael Asuko, Euro USD. Now, since the dollar is bullish, Euro USD is expected to be bearish, and we can see. Part of my analysis yesterday was that I said I saw a head and shoulder here. So we expect further bearish breakouts, but wait till the news is released. The news comes out good for the dollar, then sell Euro USD. So that's my view on Euro USD. Shehu is asking me to check gold on 15 minutes time frame. Whichever way you want to see gold, I'm still seeing it with the possibility of going bullish. This whole region will still lead to a reversal. What you should do about gold is just wait for price to break above this resistance for it to trigger a buy. Ignore whatever it's doing now. I still strongly believe it will reverse, go back into the bullish direction. All right, that'll be all from my end this afternoon. Don't forget, Fridays around the corner, we're going to have NFP, non-farm payroll, which is the most traded news in the forex market. And we trade it live at PU Prime every single month along with CPI. We'll be going live on Friday by 1:15 p.m. You don't want to miss the opportunity. So go ahead and fund your account ahead of this live trading event. All right, so we'll see you again very soon in an analysis. Take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Have a